Welcome to the Black Men Experiences channel. I am your host, CP. Today's date is July the 12th, 2026. And this subject matter today is relating to this Black man that was found mysteriously unalive, parentheses, hanged, at a Michigan music festival. Then, beyond what happens over and over again, the minimization of the tactics start popping up by the people who are notorious in doing these things. Yes. These are numbers of people that are notorious for making excuses when you have questionable, mysterious, demonic unalivement outcomes toward numbers of Black men, especially Black American men. In mysterious situations, they are found hung, right? How many times it's consistently happened the last year or 2 years? More than any other group of males in America. It's been Black American males. No other males have been found questionably hung, right? Unalive in a questionable manner, right? And then minimization made for them. It is a plan. And there are numbers of Black American men that understand that, and there are some gullible, naive type of Black men who don't get it. You cannot run farther away from the stage and escape being a Black man. Just a little bit better breathing room. I give credit to the numbers of Black American men, especially say they have the opportunity and they are able to go to another country to have a little bit more peace, a little bit. Now, they still got to watch their P's and Q's. Do you understand? Because there's still some other people from no Pacific countries who really don't like Black men being in their countries. Black American men. Not that they're doing violence, not that they're committing criminality. No, they just something about they think that numbers of Black American men over there and trying to occupy the numbers of their women. That's why those kind. That's low frequency thought pattern. But overall, there are some good people in various other countries who just like to see numbers of Black American men. They understand the power in this. It had nothing to do with physical power. It's an aura power that Black American men have that people gravitate toward. Right? So credit given to those Black American men who know better not to sit there and act like because they're another country that they deviate from their Black Americanness in America. Do you understand? This Black male pain is out of hand. So let me go ahead and share my screen on this part. I'm going to read something in this article to set the direction. And watch the minimization already starting and a deflection again starting. Make sure you can see this. Tragedy at Electric Forest Festival as man. What man? You see how they go? That's minimization. Black man, 28, young 28, is found unalive. Day after newborn's body was found. See, that has nothing to do with the Black man that was found unalive after this music festival. See how people are very sneaky on that. They throw things in there to try to deflect, right? A man, a Black man, was found unalive in the woods after attending a music festival in Michigan, marking the event's second tragedy in as many days. Jared J. Jackson, 28, from Illinois, was reported missing after he was seen leaving the Electric Forest Festival on Monday morning, June 29th, 2026. According to the Michigan such and such enforcement type personnel, it appears Jackson, what again? Took his own life, and there is no indication of foul play. Bam, automatically. Oh no, he just committed unalive his own self. Bam, no true investigation popping up. Just bam. There's a pattern of this happening in too many times. Do you understand, people? Jackson's body was found the next day in a wooded area in Rothbury, about 60 miles northwest of Grand Rapids, just 2 days after the body of a newborn was discovered in a portable restroom at the same festival. You see how that goes, right? That's deflection. Do you understand? That's trying to sidetrack and have people's mind say, oh my goodness, that newborn, oh my goodness, what happened to that? That was sad. What happened to the newborn? You understand? That's deflection. That should have been a separate whole type of news situation, not included in this type of article. An article similar to this. Jackson's close friend, watch this, Connor Prettyman, non-black man, posted in a Electric Forest Facebook group on Tuesday asking other festival goers for help before the body was eventually found. Prettyman said that Jackson had left all his belongings at the shared campsite hint, hint, and didn't see himself at the time he went missing, right? Oh, he just happened to start acting like that. They didn't notice that beforehand. See how that goes, right? It is thought that he might have had some sort of mental crisis and wandered off when we were asleep. So you're talking about that they were in a shared campsite and they didn't notice that he had just wandered off. Wink, wink. Do you understand? Do you understand?
I couldn't help but note your pain. My pain, it runs deep. Share it with me. I couldn't help but note your pain. My pain, it runs deep. Share it with me.
Black men. There is a true war that's upon Black American men specifically. And again, I'm not talking about gullible and naive Black men, the ones it applies to, who just act like they're, I just need to think positive, just need to work hard, just have to have a business, and that's all it takes. When you know how many stories, how the numbers men in these professional positions and stuff like that have been showing racial racism, hatred. How many of them have also been found unalive in some kind of way? You get the point what I'm saying, right? So let me go ahead and share my screen for the last particular video. I'm utilizing this under fair usage doctrine and fair usage doctrine and what I call timepiece purpose, because a timepiece keeps the track of what was going on at that particular time. Again, today is July the 12th, 2026.
They said a 28-year-old Gerard Jackson of Illinois was reported missing on June 29th after attending the Electric Forest Festival with a group of friends in Rothbury, Michigan. His body was later found in a wooded area near his parked rental vehicle. His family disputes investigators' preliminary findings. We're going to get into that. Here's your scenario. Earlier that morning, troopers responded to Jackson's campsite after he reported an alleged criminal incident involving a friend. After interviewing those involved, these investigators concluded no criminal incident had occurred, and Jackson reportedly left the venue shortly afterward. Authorities said Jackson left behind his cell phone and other personal belongings.
Right.
His rental vehicle was later located in the Rothbury area with his wallet and keys inside before officers discovered his body in nearby woods. According to investigators, prelim findings indicate Jackson died by unaliving himself.
Man. This demonic type of initiality of when this consistently happened toward black men, all of a sudden, bam. Oh, they unalive themselves. Do you understand? This is getting out of hand. This is beyond demonic.
And police said, also in this case, there is no evidence of foul play. There's more to the story, okay? But police literally came there because the report went out. There's criminal activity here. What was that criminal activity alleged? And why did you not conclude a crime had taken place? There's more. Jackson's family, they have publicly challenged this whole narrative. The conclusion he died by unaliving himself, according to a Facebook post shared by Jackson's aunt, which has been reshared by Atlanta Black Star. Jackson traveled to the Electric Forest Festival with a group of friends after
traveled together, primarily non-black friends, which is nothing wrong with that. But when you have questionable ones, that's many times, but sometimes numbers of black men, when they do that, their naiveness shows because many of them don't act like they don't see racism around.
Renting a truck and driving. They allege the group returned home without him after he disappeared. Quote, he had no history of mental illness, end quote, a family member said, rejecting what they described as an inaccurate narrative about Jackson's mental state. The relative also said Jackson was the only black person in this group and questioned what happened between his disappearance and the discovery of his body. Officials said investigators are following up on leads to determine exactly what happened.
You see two separate situations on that, right? Oh my goodness, the narrative of this generic, oh my goodness, mental illness. I despise when people utilize that in a generic way, the ones who do it. But racial racism, anti-Black Americanism is now looked at as a mental disease, a mental demon disease by the ones who commit these hateful crimes upon Black Americanism. Do you understand how that sounds? Oh, there's no mental disease, activated when these anti-Black Americanism, racial racism terrorists are attacking Black American men directly or indirectly. There's no mental disease thrown out then when they're doing that. Do you understand? And then what was the situation again? He was the only black person in the group. Again, nothing wrong with that. The problem is, how many more black men does it take to be found unalive in questionable situations? For ones to sit there and not keep both their eyes looking forward, keep the indirect back of their head, eyes looking around, right? Not literally back of the head, but you're talking about peripheral vision, intuition, and etc. And many times, numbers of black men that are around predominantly non-black personnel do not do that, especially around numbers of males within certain sections of the economics culture. Well, my goodness. Are you sitting there saying, watch this. Oh my goodness. Are you sitting there saying that are you saying this? Oh my, are you saying this? Oh my, I'm not playing that freaking stupid tactic. That's deflectionary infantile tactic 1.0. Do you understand? Deflect. I'm not playing that tactic. See, they're not saying that there are not ones within certain parts of Panamanian culture who have a very animosity, vitriol, and demon anti-Black Americanism, in general terrorism thought pattern toward Black Americans, especially Black American males. They don't say that because it's ingrained to them not to sit there and talk about that. So those are the ones I despise. Because it's only a few amount of personnel within certain sections of the Panamanian culture who are honest, and credit given to those who call out numbers of the violence, the minimization, the devious of certain ones within the Panamanian culture. Because primarily, it's kept quiet. So may his soul rest, that Black man, may his soul rest. I thank you for tuning in to the Black Men Experiences channel.